Hey, this is Mark Howard, international psychic medium and producer of the show Here and Beyond, the Paranormal Files. In this video, I am going to show you my top 6 tips on the best way to get started in table tipping or table tapping, the pitfalls to avoid, and the fun you can have at the same time. So stay tuned. From the early 1900s, an early form of seance and what was considered at the time as a great parlour game took form in table tipping or table tapping. This was something I started to get involved in when I first visited the Black Swan over 5 years ago, and found it to be an exciting and interesting form of communicating with spirits, especially with those with little or no experience in the field. The idea was that people would sit around a table with their fingers on the edge, lightly placed, and by calling through spirit was able to communicate via the object or moving without any external forces from those around the object itself. Later it was found that by standing by the table rather than sitting, it was possible to get the table to move around the room fairly easily and, in some cases, even have it levitate during the process. One of the issues with the early forms of this was the problem of being able to fake or make the furniture seem to move. And although this practice is still carried out today, it is worth noting that serious table tippers ensure a clean and clear environment when carrying this out. 1. Make sure you are protected. Like a Ouija, you are in fact opening a possible portal and won't necessarily know what type of spirit will come through. Try to make sure that one of the participants is a spiritual medium and that they carry out protection before and after the event to ensure that nothing negative is left behind. I found it is also best that they run the sessions as well. 2. Choose the right location and table. Make sure that you are in an easy open location to allow the table to tip, and also ideally on a floor that's not going to restrict any movement, i.e. heavy carpets. Finally, make sure the table itself is not so heavy that it cannot be moved at all, even by manual force. 3. Being open and honest. You want this to be an experience for everyone, and the last thing you need is for someone to force or pretend the table is moving. Make sure everyone's hands are visible all the time with their fingers lightly on the edges of the table. 4. Keep it relaxed. The more open and relaxed, the more likely things will happen. Experiment with sitting around the table first, and as the group becomes better at this, then look to have the group stand and see if they can actually get the table to move around the room. 5. Ask questions. Make sure you ask questions that require a yes or no answer. For example, are you male? Asking for someone's name won't necessarily get an answer, and also asking them to tap on the table may not work all of the time. 6. Don't give up. You may not necessarily get anything the first time you try table tipping, and unless the medium has experienced this, it may take a period of time. Don't give up though, and keep going.